What's going on, guys? Welcome back to Michigan Great Outdoors. I'm your host, Jason Ostrowski, aka the Pollock. Today I have for you the Latitude Ranger 33. Kind of doing the video a little differently this time. I got this thing rigged up, ready to go. It's freaking deer season. Hopefully you guys are having luck. I am not. I'm hit with EHD this year, so I'm struggling, but I'm out there hustling. Now, I wanted to go over this Ranger 33 because I've had it out in the woods. I've taken it out on some hunts. Now, I've probably had this pack for, I don't know, 4 or 5 weeks, but I wanted to really kind of put it through its paces and give you guys a real review, not more of like an unboxing style review. So here it is on right now. You can see I have it cinched down with the waist strap here with the shoulder straps. I'm a bigger, larger frame guy. This thing fits me incredibly well. One of the things that I really like about this pack right off the rip is you can cinch everything down tight. I really like to have the waist belt tight. If I don't use the waist belt, which I'll often do, a lot of times I'll just take it like that and I'll tuck them back there just because it rides up a little bit, especially if you got your saddle on. It won't kind of infringe with your saddle, but you can still really cinch this thing down. And yeah, there's like a little bit of sway, but it's not too bad. Like, it's not flopping around. It stays pretty tight. Got the good sternum strap here that's adjustable, which I really like. So this is the Ranger 33. So it's a 33 liter pack, or litres if you're from Canada. It equates to right around 2,000 cubic inches. So a lot of, American standard, the best versions are in inches, cubic inches. So 2,000 is kind of getting up into that higher level for, in my opinion, saddle hunting. So you have the Ranger 22 and now you have the 33. I think the 22 is a great pack for just regular hunters that are going on quick hunts. Maybe you're hunting 4 or 5 hours. You don't need a lot of pack. You're not self-filming, even though you can self-film with the Ranger 22. The Ranger 33, in my opinion, is really kind of geared towards late season hunting or guys that film. Because if you film, you know that you got to take a bunch of extra crap. You got to take a camera arm, you got to take a camera, you're going to take a GoPro, you're going to take a GoPro mount. All this extra stuff starts adding up. And if you're like me, I like to carry my layers in. I don't like wearing a lot of layers in the tree. So most of my pack typically is filled with clothes and camera gear, cam straps, other things like that. But it takes, a fair amount of space when you're doing that self-filming. So why I like the Ranger 33 actually over the Ranger 22 is because I self-film. I try to self-film. I'm terrible at it, but I need to be able to take my camera. I use a Sony RX10 IV, so it's a bigger camera, so it takes up bigger space. So I like that there's more room so you can fit a mirrorless style camera in your bag. Now, GoPros, all that stuff's gonna fit in here great. This is how I have it rigged up right now. I have the Lone Wolf Custom Gear Compact Doubles. That's going to be the stick I run this year for saddle hunting. You can see that I have it on the front here. And the reason I have it on the front versus the side is this compression strap on top comes from the back and it goes all the way around. This one here, I don't know if you can see it, it kind of comes from the front of the pack. So unfortunately, that's a little bit of a problem for me. I would say one of the negatives of the pack is it kind of limits how you can rig things up. Now, what's cool about this, if they have added a loop down here. So there is an extra loop. So you can take that extra loop and you can add your own compression straps. Kifaru sells some, and Backwoods Mobile Gear sells some compression straps. That is my preferred compression strap from Backwoods Mobile Gear, but you can just clip that on there and add additional compression if you need it. I am a big fan of compression. If a backpack doesn't have compression straps or the ability to add them, I ain't freaking buying it. Especially because, saddle hunting, with whether you're scouting, you want to be able to strap sticks on here, whatever you need to do, I want to be able to do it. So these sticks come off real easily, piece of cake. And then I have the Latitude XL profile platform. Now, I've been playing around with oversized platforms. Sometimes I don't have to walk too far, a half a mile, even 3/4 of a mile. I don't care to take a big heavy platform. It doesn't really affect me that much. If I'm going deep, a mile, 2 miles, that's probably the max I would ever go is about 2 miles. I'll take an ultralight platform, but you can see this XL fits on here perfectly, and you use this cinch pouch. So I want to show you guys this. I'm sure you've kind of seen it, but this whole pouch system is an ingenious design here. So it's an actual pocket. It's got MOLLE on this side. You got a zipper here where you can open up, and you also have a zipper on the back side. So it's a, you know, it opens on either side. But when you get to your setup and you're, you know, taking your sticks off and stuff, I will lay my pack down as long as I'm not in the swamp, and then you can just take this thing right off. So it's quiet, it doesn't make any noise, and it's pretty efficient way of getting your stuff off. So right now, how I would have this rigged up is I like to have all my gear that I need for climbing and hanging my set on here. So I use paracord. Some people think I'm crazy, but I keep all my cam straps and stuff in here. Anything that I need to get up the tree is gonna be in this outside pack. Now, sometimes, I think I do have an aider in here. I did put my aider in this other pocket, which I should have put it in this pocket, but I kind of like to keep it that way. Like, keep everything simple. Everything I need to climb the tree goes in here. And then everything else that I need is in this pack ready to go. So once I climb up the tree, I'm gonna, you know, have my line clipped up, and then I will pull this bag up. And it very simply, I will take this, and I don't like a lot of stuff flopping around in the tree, so I'll kind of re-secure this just to get this cinch pocket ready to go out of the way. And then when I pull this up, I'm just gonna hang it on this really awesome extra heavy duty strap here. So they've put a big, thick, wide strap. I really like the fact that it's big, it's secure, so you can hang this. So once I have my climbing gear out of the bag, you know, I'm starting to hang sticks and stuff, I want to just kind of illustrate how much crap you could put in here. Now, I probably wouldn't take all this, but I open this up, I have Maverick saddle in here. Awesome little saddle. You know, it does pack down pretty well, but I mean, that takes up some space. I got my Latitude knee pads in here. I think these are the best knee pads you can buy. I tried a bunch, I love them. I have a merino base layer, Sitka Fanatic hoodie. I have my camera arm, Lone Wolf Custom Gear. I have that mirrorless camera I told you about. That's a big camera, and it fits in this thing. I have a Insta360 mount, and I have my kill kit. So it's just a little Kafaru bag. It has all my, you know, stuff I need if I kill a deer. So, you know, I'll put my layers on, I'll go up the tree, I'll pull my bag out, and then I still have a bunch of extra stuff in here. I have a Silky Pocket Boy saw, I have an Innovating the Outdoors runt bow holder. This back pocket here is kind of where I put more of my specialty items. So I'm gonna have a grunt tube in here. I'm gonna have an extremely bright flashlight. So this is for tracking at night. This is a Phoenix flashlight. It's unreal brightness. Just a Husky headlamp. I have a little merino beanie, and then I have just an external charger for my phone. And that's typically, you know, what I take on a hunt. So you pull out all that out of there, and then you're just left with basically an empty shell of a pack. You look over at this side. I do like to carry water. Now this is the larger Nalgene container. I don't always take this. If I'm going on a short hunt, I'll take a 16 ounce. I don't know what size this is. This is probably, I don't know, 30 ounce, maybe 32 ounce, but it fits in the side pocket here pretty good. It doesn't fall out. And I mean, there's a ton of storage in here. If you're looking to have a pack that has a lot of storage, some customization, you know, you can see all the different MOLLE all over this pack here. You can customize this. You can add additional pockets here. This pocket here you can take off. So this cinch pocket, if you don't want it, you can take it off. If you don't need it, that's gonna save you a little bit of weight. If you don't like these, you know, the waistband, this waistband right here will pop out. You just undo the Velcro and you can take this thing off. It really is a great saddle pack, and it's been thought about everything that you could ever want in saddle hunting. You know, it's the saddle hunters made this. The guy that actually designed this pack is an avid saddle hunter, so you're gonna get everything you need. Now, I think the pack is a phenomenal pack. I think it's priced pretty good at $260. Latitude is known for having discount codes. They're known for having sales almost all the time, free shipping sales. I think they're actually running a free shipping sale right now. I don't know the exact warranty on this pack. I guess I should have looked that up, so maybe I'll put it down there, but it almost seems like anytime anything happens with a Latitude product, they pretty much always replace it, so you're good there. A couple things that I don't love about the pack. So I always want to give the good and the bad. I think that this is a rock solid pack. Unfortunately, there's a couple things that I don't like, and one of it is, you know, the material. It's like a Cordero type material, but it's strong, but it's a pretty noisy pack. And if you're one of those guys you're super keen on not having a lot of noise, you know, that could be an issue. Now, when you're in the tree, does it matter so much? Not so much. You know, if you have this in the tree and it's hanging and you only need to get, you know, certain things out, you know, this is pretty quiet. So if you have it, you know, open like that, you're not going to really have any issues. There is this pocket in here, which is kind of like a divider pocket. That pocket's pretty clean and quiet, and it has a little cinch here. So that's nice that they did that. But then on that back side, again, it is that louder material. So the inside also, and I think where a lot of the noise comes from is the inside here on this other material. It's almost like a waterproof membrane type material, and I think that's where a lot of the noise comes from. You can hear that. One of the other really cool things is it has aluminum stays in it that you can take out. So if you're not, you know, if you don't need a real rigid feeling, you can pull these stays out. It'll save you a little bit of weight. I'm not exactly sure how much weight it will save you, but it could save you a little bit. You'll have to weigh it for yourself, because I'm probably not going to weigh it for you. So last but not least, I think probably my biggest gripe with this pack, and it's kind of the nature of the beast, is it's like 4.7 pounds on the scale. It's a heavier pack. You have a lot going on here. I mean, there's a ton of zippers, there's a ton of storage. It's a larger size pack, so you're gonna have, you know, it's just gonna naturally be heavier. 4.7 is kind of getting to that, like, I don't ever want a saddle pack that's over 5 pounds. I really prefer packs under 4 pounds. Now, it's hard to get a pack that light and to be able to be big enough to carry everything you need. So, you know, 4.7, it's not the end of the world. Do I wish it was right around 4? Sure, but I don't know how you would achieve that, other than maybe, you know, personally, I don't necessarily need all this molly. You know, maybe if they had a molly-free version that was just a little bit lighter, it might save some weight. You could pull this off right here, and that might save some weight. The other really cool thing that I didn't touch on is they sell this thing called a profile pocket. You can actually detach the cinch pack and you can put the profile pack on here, which I think is really cool. I'm really excited that they're making this gear kind of modular. It kind of reminds me of like Kafaru. You know, I think they were one of the ones that really kind of made gear that all kind of fit itself and fit each other. And I think that's really cool to see when companies do that, because let's just face it, I mean, this stuff is expensive and they keep coming out with new gear, and every year we want to get more. And I think it's cool when you can kind of integrate all your different gears together. But overall, man, I think they really knocked it out of the park with this. There was a couple little areas here and there that had, you know, just like little strings hanging off, so I just cut them and I hit them with the lighter. You know, people are going to complain because this is made overseas. Honestly, you know, I would see that with some, you know, USA manufactured, you know, items as well. So for me, it's not the end of the world. When I get a pack in, usually I'll just kind of go through it. I'll make my little cuts and then I'll just hit it with the lighter. I don't worry about stuff too much like that, but you know, just the adjustability, man, is what I really like. It's going to fit a really wide range of people. You know, if you're a bigger, smaller guy, it's going to fit you because you can customize everything. I mean, even right here where you can make an adjustment to your shoulder straps, you can easily adjust these. You know, the shoulder straps are a nice material. They feel good. They have, you know, they're rigid, but they have a little bit of, you know, structure to them. I'm a big sternum strap guy. I think I will never buy anything that doesn't have a sternum strap, because I think that is key when you're cinching everything down nice and tight. To be able to pull that sternum strap, the last step to get everything nice and tight, I think is very important to me. So I'm super happy with this pack. I think they did a really good job. I really like the waist strap here, how tight it gets, how, you know, you can just cinch everything down. I know I've said cinch down like 47 times, but yeah, man, I think they really did a good job here. If you're interested, check them out, Latitude Outdoors. deeroutdoors.com, something like that. I'm sure you can find you a discount code. You can get some free shipping if you're patient, if you don't wait till deer season to order your stuff. And yeah, man, it's deer season. I wish I was out hunting right now. It looks like an absolutely beautiful night, but I got to work in the morning and I wasn't able to get out. So hopefully this video is helpful for you. I'm going to put all this crap back in here and get it rigged up, ready to hunt. See you on the next one. Peace.